you how I feel. So I'm tired of all the pain, of the misery inside, and I wish that I could live feeling nothing but the night. You can tell me what to say, you can tell me where to go, but I doubt that I would care, and my heart would never know. If I make another move, there'll be no more turning back, because everything will change and it all will fade to black. Will tomorrow ever come? Will I make it through the night? Will there ever be a place for the...
I'm pleased you could make it to this meeting, Rachel Alucard.
I suppose long time no see would be the appropriate response.
In your subjective time, it has been 19,792 hours, 41 minutes, 52 seconds.
Correct. For us, it has been 283,875 hours, 18 minutes, 24 seconds.
The difference between our subjective times is irrelevant.
How much of a discrepancy is there right now?
There is an observed 1 in 940,000 deviation from the predicted numbers.
Oh, interesting. You're saying almost nothing has changed?
Rachel Alucard, I think it is safe to say that there has been no change whatsoever. Even your hair remains unchanged.
So, nothing has changed. Although the word miracle is not exactly in our vocabulary, wouldn't you agree that your existence itself is a miracle of sorts?
Correct. We have, however, observed a rather intriguing change in the behavior of a certain mind.
Have you summoned me here simply to tell me that?
Why did you lift Restriction 0, Rachel Alucard?
We wish to know what you are trying to do with the Tsukuyomi unit.
Whatever my intentions for the Tsukuyomi unit, they have nothing to do with you.
Incorrect. Your actions in regard to the Tsukuyomi unit will impact our goals. We are currently re-evaluating the man's worth.
Indeed. Your actions do not seem to be entirely logical or even completely rational. Ragna the Blood Edge may be the origin, but he isn't where we should be focusing at this point.
We cannot understand what makes Ragna the Blood Edge so valuable, Rachel Alucard. I assume you are well aware of the value and significance of the Tsukuyomi unit?
Correct. It is impossible that Ragna the Blood Edge has greater value than the Susanoo unit. This is our conclusion.
I do not think his value is something you will ever understand.
We do not wish to meddle in your affairs, that much we will admit. That is why we accept the phenomenon that has occurred.
Affirmative. We will accept and then select appropriately.
Select? So you fancy yourselves gods now?
Negative. Takamagahara is a system built by humans. Anything which has been built by humans can never be designated as a god.
Furthermore, once a god has been observed, it can no longer continue to exist as a god and becomes nothing more than a thing.
Affirmative. The master unit is no exception.
And of course, the successor to the Azure, Noel Vermilion, is also governed by this rule.
Which is why, Rachel Alucard?
We would like to ask if you wish to become an observer of the boundary once again.
Although I very much enjoy keeping dogs as pets, my desires are not so twisted that I wish to become a lapdog myself.
Rachel Alucard, the outer perimeter is much closer to Takamagahara than you think.
Before you abandon the duties you have already accepted, please consider the amount of time that has already been invested in this endeavor.
Oh? I'm afraid I don't recall the precise amount.
Your response has been recorded and analyzed. We take it your answer is no.
How unfortunate. I had hoped things were going to be getting a little more enjoyable here again. Still, we had predicted that this would be the choice you would make.
We have already begun observation of the snake.
Then you were responsible for Terami's release.
Affirmative. We expect significant risk in initializing the destruction process.
He is really something of a maverick. Even we cannot govern him at times.
As such, we have prepared an exit strategy.
An exit strategy? Dare I ask what that might be?
Negative. We are unable to provide an answer to that query. Doing so would constitute unintended intervention.
Then you truly intend to reduce the world to nothing?
Nothing? Oh, don't be foolish. That would be pointless.
The world Takamagahara creates simply needs to be correct. In such a world, there would be no need for the master unit. It would only cause distortion.
Affirmative. Distortions caused by the master unit are currently being considered along with other possible outcomes as a result of the continuum shift.
The phenomena intervention of the master unit cannot be measured. As such, we spend too much time repairing its mistakes. We do not need any more accidents.
Affirmative. Takamagahara will initiate reconstruction without the intervention of the master unit.
Once again, the world will be back in the Azure.
Affirmative. The Azure will inherit the Takamagahara.
So long as the Azure exists, the world will exist as well, no matter what form it may take.
All forms of life return to the world of the Azure.
This is Tiger.
Are you close to Kagutsuchi yet?
Yes, I'd say perhaps 2 clicks from Kagutsuchi's main defensive fortifications.
Right. It looks like reality's a little unstable in your area. How are you holding up?
What? Don't tell me you're actually worried about me.
Cut the chatter, smartass. I'm asking you what the situation is.
It's fine. Do you think this instability means the library's up to something again?
If I didn't think they were, why do you think I'd be sending you back in there?
Of course.
Well, I've got a pretty good idea of what they're after. It's not going to affect your mission, so don't you worry your little head about it.
You want me to secure Noelle Vermilion, right?
Yep, that's right. Although, secure is such a wishy-washy sort of word. To be honest, I don't really care what you do with her, so long as she gets back here.
Why this sudden urgency?
I doubt you'll find this very interesting, but... Oh, what the hell. It's not like you've got anything better to do right now. The bigwigs who run Sector 7 are fighting over what they're gonna do with Noelle Vermilion and Ragna the Blood Edge.
Fighting? You mean this wasn't an order from the top?
Oh, the sector tries to put on a united face, sure. But they're a fractious nest of vipers, just like any other club that big and that exclusive. How often do you see other sector bigwigs coming in and out of Kagutsuchi anyway?
They're pretty serious about this then.
Bet your ass they are. They're particularly interested in what they're gonna do with the eye. It's complicated.
Complicated?
I know you've been through some phenomena interventions, so you've got at least a tenuous grip of the basics, but dealing with the eye is... shit, I don't know how to put it. It's a pain. And that is why I need you to get Noelle Vermilion, before one of those other sector creepos gets his sweaty mitts on her.
Roger that. I'll do what I can.
Good to hear. No need to rush, though. Even if they find her, it's not like those jerkwads are gonna know what to do with her.
Is that so?
Those idiots can't even begin to grasp how much the eye's worth. No, they're too busy talking about how powerful the Azure Grimoire is, and... oh, man, I can't stand them.
Well, without the Azure Grimoire, how could Ragna the Blood Edge have been able to stand up to the library the way he did?
Oh, for God's sake. Please don't tell me you buy into the idea that that piece of crap is worth anything.
Kokonoe. I've been meaning to ask for a while now, but why do you keep calling it a, if you'll pardon my language, a piece of crap?
Huh? Oh. Well, it's... well, look, it's like this. The Azure Grimoire has a pretty serious Achilles heel. I'm talking huge.
Achilles heel?
You know what I mean. This thing is serious business. I mean, come on. It doesn't matter how strong anything is, if you know exactly how to counter it, right?
True. Even the deadliest virus would mean nothing if one had the proper vaccine.
All right, enough chit-chat. Don't forget your mission. Get me Noel Vermilion. And don't worry your pretty little head about the Azure Grimoire. In fact...
Tager, we're almost there. You'd better get ready to drop.
Roger. Sorry, Kokonoi, but I couldn't quite make out the last part of what you said.
Oh yeah, that. Don't worry about it. Just focus on capturing Noel Vermilion, alright? If worse comes to worse, you might need to get rid of Ragna the Blood Edge. I'm all done with him anyway.
Roger. And what do you want me to do about, Litchi?
Ah, shit. Look, I don't really care, okay? Just use your judgment, alright? It's up to you. We done with this interrogation? I've got a new project ramping up, and time's not exactly in abundance over here.
One more thing. What happened to Hakumen?
Oh. I locked him up way down in the lower levels. He's just a huge pain in the ass if I let him run around. Anyway, I got so much shit keeping him put down there, I don't even think God himself could break that little punk out.
How unfortunate for him.
We're here. Prepare to drop.
Oh yeah, there was one more thing. Damn it, the signal's breaking up. This thing never works when you... Ugh. Whatever. It'll keep. Just focus on your mission.
Roger. TR-0009 Tager. Commencing mission. That was quite a landing. All right. Let's see here. Seems I've managed to slip past their defenses. Still about 1.5 clicks from Kagutsuchi, though.
Although Tager is an experienced soldier, he approaches each mission slowly and methodically. On the battlefield, it only takes a moment of lost concentration to turn victory into disaster, something Tager knows all too well. After confirming that his internal sensors are functioning normally, and detecting nothing out of the ordinary, the Red Devil extends his scan range and conducts a visual search of the area. Being aware of one's surroundings is the first step towards a long and prosperous life. Finishing his scans, Tager finally begins to move towards Kagutsuchi. He walks for quite some time before an opening appears in the trees before him.
This is probably as good a spot as any. Now, why don't you show yourself?
Tager stops short and calls to the darkness in front of him. Two shadows detach themselves and move out into the moonlight.
You didn't register on my scans. Are you using a camouflaging Rs? Are you from Sector 7? The library, perhaps?
Wrong on both counts, meow. And don't worry, I'm not an enemy. It looks like you truly deserve your reputation. Red Devil of Sector 7.
You know me? Are you from the Kaka clan?
Bingo. Although I can't say the same for this one.
Is that a human?
Oh, by the way, my name's Tora Kaka. I'm a warrior of the Kaka village, and this girl is... Meow. Well, her name is Platinum. I've been asked by someone to take her to Kagutsuchi. I was in the middle of doing so when I saw you plummeting to Earth. I was curious, so I came to see what happened.
And that someone would be?
I cannot tell you right meow. I'd never betray their trust. But I can tell you that this someone isn't your enemy.
And you expect me to just take your word for it?
Well, whether you believe what I tell you or not is entirely up to you. Anyway, I was planning a more roundabout way, especially since Seether isn't as prevalent here.
But you'd be much more likely to get attacked by beasts, right? Heh. I've felt them out there for quite a while now.
But since they haven't attacked yet, I was going to go out on a limb and assume that they are afraid of you. With Platinum on my hands, I really can't take too many risks, so I thought that I'd just trail along behind you.
Ha! So I'm your own mobile sanctuary, am I?
Now that I've explained our situation, would you be so kind as to lower your fists?
Are you sure you're one of the Kaka clan?
Meow. What is that supposed to mean exactly?
You just seem a little, clever for a member of the Kaka clan. I'm sorry. That came out much ruder than I intended it. I apologize if I've offended you.
Don't sweat it.
Well, I understand your situation. If you know who I am, then I probably don't need to say this, but I hope you don't expect me to tell you what I'm doing here.
Truth be told, I don't really care. I was just trying to keep the both of us safe. Nothing else really matters.
I see.
So you understand. I'm glad you and I are both on the same page. If I were Tal, I'd say you were a good guy, meow.
I try to stay humble, but yes. At any rate, if that's the case, what would you say to traveling to Kagutsuchi together?
I thought you'd never ask.
Right then. Shall we? Kokonoe, can you hear me?
Yeah. I guess there's less interference, wherever you are.
I've just arrived at Kagutsuchi.
Excellent. No problems along the way, I hope?
I encountered a warrior from the Kaka clan nearby the drop-off point, and we happen to be heading in the same direction. We've just parted ways, but other than that, I've had no problems.
The Kaka clan? Whatever.
If there's nothing else, then I will begin my search for Noelle Vermilion.
Yeah. Okay, for now, just use the scanners to find some of the Azure's residual energy. I'm pretty sure Noelle's gonna be emitting energy on about the same wavelength.
Roger.
Oh, and, one thing about the scanner.
There's more?
It, doesn't have any way to differentiate between Noelle's energy and Ragna's. So, you might run into a little trouble. Just a heads up.
Roger. Well, I guess I'll start poking around the NOL building and see if I can pick anything up.
Fine. Good. Whatever. Just keep in mind that area is under the...
What is it?
Damn it. Hang on a second.
Kokonoe. Hey, Kokonoe!
No, it doesn't matter, you idiot! Shut down number 18 through 32! Shut them all down! Yes, of course I mean completely! Don't worry about the others. Wouldn't work on him anyway. God damn it, people! The guards? Are you out of your microscopic mind? You might as well just dump them into a meat grinder and save yourself the trouble! I'm sorry, do you not grasp that this son of a bitch could just blow us all sky high if he so much as sneezes? Yeah, I know! Just throw the idiot outside! Yes, I mean right now! God damn it! Look, there's been a few complications.
I think I can guess.
Takamagahara's escaped.
I thought so.
Well, he's probably headed to Kagutsuchi. I don't know where else he'd go. He's probably gonna be looking for the Azure too. Look, I don't care what you have to do, just find him. And kill him! I need him gone!
You won't be able to intervene?
I don't think so. I'm about 90% sure I can smell Rachel's blood-soaked hand in this one.
This is Tager. I've just arrived in Orient Town.
Tager!
Huh?
What is it?
It's, Litchi.
Are you talking to the professor? Please, I need to speak with her. Could you pass me along to her?
I'm on duty right now. And I think Kokonoe is too busy to talk to you just now anyway.
On duty? No, it's all right. I understand. But perhaps you could allow me to speak with her later?
I've got a pretty good idea of what you're going to ask her, you know. Let me just make one thing clear to you, Litchi. Well, I suppose he goes by Arachne now. At any rate, it's too late for him. You're a scientist too. You have to understand. He's already gone past level D. You know what that means. You've seen what happens to anyone who goes that far.
I know that! And that's exactly why I want to save him!
Litchi, he may still have a form, but that is nothing short of a miracle. Usually, anyone at this stage would already have...
Don't say it!
I don't know what went through his mind, what he was after, or what he hoped to gain. But this is a path he chose for himself. He's let the Azure change him irrevocably. He chose the Azure over you, and it's time you realized that. Or are you suggesting Arachne is somehow different from all the other fools who've gone down the same path? That doesn't seem very likely, does it? Every single person who's fallen apart like him made a choice. Many of them are still suffering for it even now. I've put all too many suffering souls out of their misery. And I can tell you with certainty, it is too late for him. I doubt even Kokonoe has the means to save him now.
Even so, I must...
What? Fulfill some sort of responsibility? No! It's not your responsibility! It's his and mine!
Professor!
Kokonoe!
Looks like you've spoiled her, Tager. It's just lame excuse for a disciple a lesson or 5.
If that's an order, then I suppose I have no choice.
I'd like to tell you to take care of your own problems, but I suppose this is what I get for being a soldier. Please, don't hate me for what I'm about to do.
Fair enough, I understand. But Professor, if I win, you have to at least listen to what I have to say.
Let's go!
Okay, bring it. Now there's one thing about Tager I should really mention. He can't dash. Or jump. Okay, he might be able to dash. But he can't jump. Definitely can't jump.
The will bait is starting.
Might be talking
Rebel
crap.
1. Action.
Can't jump.
No.
Well,
Definitely can't dash, so this is his action.
Counter.
Ah! Women!
Disturbance!
And I haven't dashed, sucks.
Counter.
Ah!
No!
Here,
you're
gotcha.
open. Well,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Kokonoe.
the Professor went all out on you.
Emerald! Tiger!
I messed up.
Yeah, Tager's pretty fucking strong now.
Is anyone here?
Yes.
As Linhua turns around, her face goes pale. Standing in the doorway is a red giant, well over twice her size. Draped across his arms like a limp rag is Litchi, unconscious.
Doctor, what did you do to her?
I don't want to deal with this kid's crap. Just tell her you found Litchi passed out somewhere. Yeah, that sounds good.
I found her unconscious in Orient Town. I reasoned that she's overworked herself and simply collapsed, so I decided to bring her back to a clinic. But I see this is where she lives. How convenient.
Wow, that was a pretty impressive lie. Maybe you're not such a stick in the mud.
Thank you.
Is that so? Well, thank you very much. If you don't mind, could you lay her down on that bed over there?
Of course.
Thank you. And I'm sorry for shouting at you earlier.
Slightly red, Linhua bows politely.
Don't worry. I know how it must have looked.
Don't say that. Well, how about I make it up to you? I know! I'll make us some tea!
Is she going to be alright?
Well, she looks a little pale, but that's about it. Her breathing is normal, and yeah, I think she'll be okay. Hold tight. The tea won't take but a minute.
You can tell that just by looking at her?
Yeah, of course. I see her every day, and I am her student after all.
Linhua returns almost immediately with 2 cups of tea balanced on a tray.
Thank you. Is this oolong tea?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked first. You don't like oolong tea?
No, I didn't mean...
It's just that the doctor likes oolong tea so much that I grabbed it without even thinking. She's really open and honest about herself.
You're quite fond of her, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess so. When I first started working here, I was afraid of everyone, and I pretty much kept to myself since I was kind of alone. The doctor saw through all of that and was very kind and patient with me. I started to open up to her. She was just such a wonderful person, and it made me want to become just like her. I guess it'd be more reverent than fond.
I see.
Wait, why am I telling you all of this? You're really a very strange person. And the expression on your face when you were listening to me babble on, it made me feel understood. Sorry about that. Let me go get her some medicine.
She cares about you a great deal. Litchi, I think you've already figured out what it means to be happy. You're just afraid to admit it. I'll be leaving now. I don't wish to overstay my welcome. Please give her my regards. Well then.
Right.